Hello, my name is Mackenzie Davis. I'm going to be your PT for today.
All right.
So I heard that you're coming in here for some chronic pain issues.
Yeah.
Would you like to talk about just a little bit more about that pain and kind of understand it a little bit better?
Sure.
All right, so what I want to talk about first is something called sensitization, which means that your body is a little bit more sensitive to pain than others.
Okay.
So I have this graph right here to help explain why that can be. So this is something called the alarm system, where it is your body will be able to alarm you based on something that you perceive as pain. So something can happen, and that alarm is going to go off, and that means that's going to trigger a pain response. So you can kind of see that from here, there's a large threshold between what your body perceives as normal occurrences and then pain. So once you get up here, this is where you really, this is where you feel the pain. So that alarm will trigger that response, and then you will feel pain. And what is supposed to happen is that after some time, your body will start to relax and go back to its baseline. But sometimes what can happen is that it doesn't return to that baseline. It stays up very close to the pain threshold.
Okay.
And so that means that there's very little that has to happen in order for you to get a pain response. And this is kind of common. It happens in about 1 out of 4 people where it just doesn't go back to baseline, and it'll happen that very small things can trigger pain responses.
Okay.
So this is also something I like to call small cup. So I'll get back to that in a little bit. I have a demonstration to show you. So can you repeat, just tell me what you understand from that.
So I think you're saying that sometimes after I experience pain, I don't reach that resting level again, and so I become more sensitive. There's less stimulation required for me to consider it pain, just because it's closer to the pain level.
Yep. All right. So next you might be asking yourself, well, my body hurts when I'm stressed. Why does that happen? So there's a lot of different factors that can go into pain. It's a very multifactorial issue where your body really likes to be able to sense change.
Okay.
And so when you have a very sensitive system, it becomes much more aware of changes within your body. So your changes in attitude or your mood or even changes in the weather, all of that, when your body's able to sense such little change, again, we talked about that threshold, there's very little between the baseline and the threshold of pain. So all of those small changes can contribute to the pain that you're feeling.
Okay.
So some things like depression, anxiety, fear of movement, poor coping strategies, those are all factors that may influence your sensitivity and will contribute to your ongoing pain.
Yeah.
But because there's so many factors that can affect pain, there's a lot of variety in the ways that we can also help desensitize your system and make it so that you don't have ongoing pain as much.
Okay.
So once again, just repeat back to me what you understood from that.
So again, I think you're saying that we already established that I can be closer to that threshold of pain. So simple things like change of mood can trigger pain more easily. But because of that, it also works in the other direction, and we can sort of work on things like mood or other simple stimulus that reduce pain just as effectively.
Yep, sounds good. All right. So we already kind of talked about this. A lot of people will always ask themselves, can I get better? And my answer is yes, but it will take time and it does take effort. So I'm going to state to you a little fun fact. So did you know that your spine can withstand about 2,000 pounds of pressure?
Wow.
So our bodies are able to do a lot. And I just want to show you that you are capable of this change. Our bodies are capable of so much.
Mhm.
And so I want you to think that even if you are having pain, you are capable of controlling that pain.
Mhm.
All humans have this inert ability to adapt.
Mhm.
And so we want to be able to use that to our advantage.
Mhm.
Because as long as you aren't dead, you are able to adapt. No matter who you are, your body is able to adapt.
Mhm.
And so, like I said earlier, right now, your body is like a small cup.
Mhm.
The water is going to be all of the stimulus that goes in.
Mhm.
So your body is only able to hold so much of it before it almost overflows and you
Mhm.
feel pain.
Yeah.
You can only withstand so much before you get to that pain threshold.
Mhm.
But what we want to do is we want to build your activity, your tolerance to activity and tolerance to everything. So that way you will have a bigger cup.
Mhm.
And when you finally build yourself up and your body becomes this bigger cup, all of those activities, all of those stimulation that was painful before,
Mhm.
you will be able to handle it.
Yeah.
All right, and last time, you can either just do what I was talking about right now, or just an overview of this whole session. Repeat back to me what you understand.
So we talked about how we can be more sensitive to pain, and then there's many different ways to handle it from there.
Mm-hmm.
And then with this analogy specifically, that what is painful now doesn't have to be painful later if we work on building up a more tolerance to pain. Then the same stimulus won't give pain anymore.
All right, yep. That's all I really wanted to talk to you about. So I'm really glad that you're really understanding these concepts, and I really hope that they can help contribute to your journey with chronic pain, and hopefully we can try to calm that system down and we can try to work through this together.
For sure.
So thank you so much for listening.
Yep, thank you.
And I really appreciate it.
Mhm.